loves, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share some of the settings that I always change whenever I get a new Samsung phone, and this time we'll be setting up my Samsung Z Fold 8. So these are little tweaks that make using the phone so much better in everyday life. So if you're looking for some helpful tips for your Z Fold 8, then this video is perfect for you. So let's get started. So for the first setting, let's fix the quick panel. So personally, I'm not really a fan of Samsung's new layout where the quick panel and the notification panel are separated. So honestly, I really like it better before when they're still combined, but we can have it back by tweaking some changes. So if you swipe down and tap this pen icon and then panel settings and pick combined, then you can have the same setup as before. And also you can tap on this one so you can pick the buttons that you wanted to appear on the top of your quick panel. In that way, you can have easy access to some of the settings that you mostly use. So now I can have both my notification panel and my quick panel by just swiping down. So since the Z Fold 8 is a little bit shorter than a regular phone, I prefer using swipe gestures. So to change it, just go to Settings, Display, Navigation bar, and you'll see two options, Buttons and Swipe Gestures. As you can see, if you're going to use the navigation button, it will take up a little bit of space on your cover screen. So that's why I recommend to use the swipe gesture, especially if you're using the Z Fold 8. And under swipe gestures, you'll see two styles. So I personally recommend swipe from sides and bottom because in this way, it will let you swipe in from either side to go back and swipe up from the bottom to return to the home screen. So next is a really simple one, but it's something I always customize. So every time I get a new Samsung phone, I always change these apps to the applications that I mostly use, and Messages is one of that. So since I'm using this phone as my main phone, then I do send and receive messages from my family and friends using my Z Fold 8. That's why having an easy access to the Message app, it's a lot convenient for me. So to customize these shortcuts, simply tap and hold on your lock screen until the customization menu appears. And from there, tap on the shortcut buttons or choose whatever you'd like to place there. So you can pick from different systems shortcuts or from the apps that you wanted to make use of. So the next setting is probably one of my favorites, especially if you're using the Z Fold 8. So when I first got this phone, I find it a little bit annoying that whenever I watch a video from YouTube and I needed to close my phone, then the video will just keep on playing on the cover screen. But we can actually change that one from the settings. So if you open Settings, look for Display, and then tap on Continue up on cover screen, you'll see three options here: Always, Swipe up, and Never. So in my case, I love to have swipe up. So there are times that I wanted to continue watching the video from the cover screen. So all I have to do is close the phone and swipe up. But there are also times that I just wanted to close it because I'm done watching, so it doesn't have to go running again or continuously playing from my cover screen. So I think swipe up would be the best option. So still under display settings, I also recommend turning on accidental touch protection. So in that way, your phone won't respond to those accidental touches while it's in your pocket or in your bag. So it's a simple setting, but it can definitely save you from a lot of random taps. So the next one isn't really a setting to change, but it's definitely a feature worth knowing about. So if you go to Settings, tap on Battery, and turn on Wireless Power Sharing, you can actually use your Z Fold 8 as a wireless charger. So this is super handy if you own any other products that are capable of wireless charging, like for example my AirPods, because then you can charge it using your Z Fold 8. So I really don't like seeing number badges on my app icons because to me, they make my home screen look a little cluttered. So we're going to change that one. So under Settings, open Notifications and then Advanced Settings. and look for app icon badges. So you can choose dots. For me personally, I love to have dots. So it's a lot cleaner and it doesn't really make my home screen layout a little bit like cluttered looking. So the next setting is definitely one of my favorite settings as well. So if you go to settings and then tap on lock screen and AOD and then extend unlock, you'll see three different options here. We have on-body detection, trusted places, and trusted devices. So I don't really recommend on-body detection because if your phone is unlocked while you're using it and someone grabs it while it's still unlocked, then the phone will remain unlocked as long as it's being carried. So this one is not really that safe of an option, so I don't really turn this on. But the next one, which is trusted places, this one I really like the most. So I have mine set to my home, so whenever I'm at home, my phone stays unlocked. It makes replying to messages or checking notifications so much easier without constantly using my fingerprint or the PIN. So you can also use trusted devices if you have a Galaxy Watch or another trusted Bluetooth device nearby. But for me, trusted places is the one I use the most, and I think it's the best balance between convenience and security. So there are also settings that we can change for us to use the side and the lock buttons differently. So if you go to settings and tap advanced features and then tap on side button, under double press, you can choose what you want it to open. So it can launch the camera or it can do some system settings, or you can also open any app that you wanted to use. So personally, I have mine set to YouTube Studio since I use it almost every day. So whenever I double press the side button, it opens instantly. So for the press and hold action, I simply set it to power off menu. That way I can turn off my phone with just one button instead of pressing the side button and the volume down together. So still under advanced features, tap on motions and gestures. So personally, I turn lift to wake off because I find it a little annoying that every time I pick up my phone, the screen lights up, even when I don't need it to. So I already have accidentally opened apps several times and even the camera, so I just turned that option off. And then the rest of the options here, I turn them on. So I keep the double tap to turn on and off screen enabled because I think this is much more convenient since I can wake or lock the display whenever I want to by just simply tapping the screen. And of course, the palm swipe to capture. This is probably Samsung's trademark when it comes to taking a screenshot. This is also one of my most favorite Samsung features. So I also turn on the palm touch to turn off screen. And this one, whenever I get a notification and I don't need to check it, I can simply place my palm over the display and it turns off instantly. So this last option here, I always turn this one on as well, probably like turn it off accidentally. But what it does is that whenever you get a call, you can just put your phone facing down and it will turn off or it will stop ringing. So for the next settings, this one really made a huge difference on how I use my phone every day, especially when it comes to typing. So first go to settings, then general management, Samsung keyboard, and then tap languages and types. So since I live in Sweden but my family is in the Philippines, I use both Swedish and English keyboards. So before anything else, I recommend going to more typing options and turn on multilingual text prediction. So this allows the keyboard to recognize and suggest words from different languages, which is super helpful if you're bilingual like me. So for my English keyboard, I use the regular QWERTY one, but I keep autocorrect turned off since I usually chat with my family in Filipino and I don't want my words to be corrected into English. So for my Swedish keyboard, I use the 3x4 layout. I know it's really not for everyone, but I've gotten so used to it that I can type much faster this way. And also, I talk to my husband in both Swedish and English. So whenever I use this keyboard, I don't need to change it back to QWERTY every time I need to change like the language. So I can write both Swedish and English using this QWERTY keyboard. So another settings on the keyboard that I always change is the keyboard size. So I personally don't like having a keyboard that's too tall, especially on the Z Fold 8. So since we're trying to maximize the screen space, I prefer keeping the keyboard a little smaller. So if you wanted to have a custom color background, you can also change that one. So first, tap the phone app, tap these three dots and tap settings. And then look for color background or call background and choose any photo or video that you want to use. So I just got mine from YouTube and downloaded it as MP4, so I can use it as my call background. But actually you can also find a lot of different like moving backgrounds from Pinterest, so that one is way faster than downloading it from YouTube. So still under phone settings, tap color information and turn off show contacts phone number. So I like it that way so that when someone is calling me, it will only show the name instead of showing their phone number as well. And lastly, go to answering and ending calls option, and I highly recommend turning on tap instead of swipe, especially on the Z Fold 8 because it's a bit wider. I find it much easier to simply tap the answer button instead of swiping across the screen every time someone calls. And that's pretty much all of the settings I usually change whenever I set up a new Samsung phone, and this time on my Z Fold 8. So I hope you found some of these tips helpful. So if you have any other settings or hidden features that you think I should try, let me know on the comments down below. So thank you so much guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and see you all on my next one. Bye!